NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. We're here at TPC Boston in Massachusetts. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the action. And Frank, how does this course set up for the golfers out here today?
Well, Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, they did a lot of changes a few years back to sort of open up some of the driving areas. Consequently, you see there's a little bit more of a reward for the longer hitters. Fairways aren't really as tight as what you see on some other golf courses. Long and straight certainly gives you a big advantage at TPC Boston.
This is host of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That's a tournament that is part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Headed for the bunker? Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. And setting up here in the rough. Generate some momentum here at the seventh hole. This for birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making two.
Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with a rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is.
And he's made it onto the green now. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches at the turn. They eat a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, but if you make a mess of 9, then you're making hamburgers. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. These putts keep the round together. Wow, I thought he made that. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. That is a solid par putt. Getting set to start the back nine. We're on the tee at the 10th, Frank.
No fairway bunkers here to worry about, but a little left or a little right, and you'll find the hazard.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, the FedEx Cup playoffs have become so big, so important, and TPC Boston hosting one of those playoff events.
And a chance to get some momentum, too. You've just come off Barclays, so if you can start to string together a couple of good weeks in a row, you'll more than guarantee a start at the Tour Championship.
Making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. This from about 10 feet. Watches that one go in as well to get to -3. Now to the 11th hole here at TPC Boston, 231-yard par 3.
Have you got the shot? Are you good enough?
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
Really? This is an awkward length. Now putt for par.
And getting ready for the putt. Nice par to remain 3 under. That's the end of round one. We saw a lot of good golf out there today, Frank.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
Nice.
Looks good. I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green. Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Just a couple of feet. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, the best in the game. They like to see a par 5 early. What's the second hole all about?
A couple of bunkers down the right side. This hole was renovated back in 2010. They sort of changed the mounding on the green, took a bunker away on the left, and now that second shot is daunting, even for the best. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be, what, 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
This one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s, they're the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
Good question.
Frank, really nice mix of holes here at the start. TPC Boston. The third, it's a par 3, about 210 yards.
Yeah, nice brick wall over the back, sort of give that look like it's been there for 100 years. But another one, really, you have to fly this ball on the green. There's no chance of running it up.
This is a good-looking shot. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Frank, at 298 yards, the fourth is reachable for just about every professional. What might scare them off?
Well, that bunker on the left, that's really actually a chance to showcase your skills, and that's where you realize how much better professional golfers are. A good bunker play, especially on a hole like 4, and then you will get well rewarded.
This is a great place for a fan to watch, isn't it?
It is. You see so many different short shots around this green. The bunker shots from the left side, if you hit it over the back on the right, the little bump and run through the little valley in the green. Fun hole to watch.
Perfectly placed tee shot will set up an eagle opportunity, but then you see quite a few bogeys made here as well.
Yeah, if you stray a little bit, leave the ball too far short, then you have to play that pitch across the bunker. That's no fun.
Sit down, get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Ooh, good effort right there. Almost made it. So they'll tap in. Solid par. Frank, now a beefed up par 4. This is the 5th, 466 yards long.
Prettiest hole on the golf course. A nice, gentle dogleg left. There's a bunker down the left side about 300 yards, and then there's a run out at 350. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
This is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Overall, Frank, doesn't look too bad.
Just maybe a little right of the flag.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
6th hole here at TPC Boston. Always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these 2 big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid the 2 bunkers on the right, you're in prime position. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
How does that knock the wind?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
And he makes it for par. That concludes the second round here at this amazing golf course. And Frank, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
I certainly am as well. The players have gotten off to a very good start, and they must have a good feel for the course right now and know what they have to do in order to win.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Frank, the 12th looks to be a pretty straightforward par 4.
Just bends to the left. There's a big sort of crop of mounds on that right side. If you can just go a little left of those, you get a nice kick forward.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway.
Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading towards the rough.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Settles in over the putt. Keep the round going, those par putts. On the tee now at another par 4, the 13th. Frank, how do you play it?
Well, it looks like it's a dogleg right, but ideally you want to keep that tee shot down the left, and you don't want to leave any of it behind.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
He'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
The swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Solid play, heart of the green. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, at the 14th down, anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. And from the fairway for his second shot here. And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
He'll need to be strong with this. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. All right, Frank, we're teed up at the 15th, and a lot to talk about with your caddy on this tee shot.
Yeah, which club, which line, series of bunkers down the left. That one short right doesn't really come into play. Another one, really, fairway first. There's something about a well-hit shot.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Moving a little left of the flag stick, Frank.
Birdie try up next.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Man,
I just pushed it.
well, that hurts. Just a tap in to finish the hole.
Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
He's gone for a little extra.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Good-looking shot right here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
That was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
That played before.
Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards. Another case where the driver will set everything up.
But you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
But that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
Oh, I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
It's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. Frank, fishing is a nice sport, just not at this hole.
Yeah, a little left here, you'll be more than fishing, that's for sure. Now, there's a little mound on the right side. It's about twice the size of a coffee table. When the flag's there, you need your best. Safely on dirt.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. On the way. Suddenly a ray of sunshine with that birdie.
There was hope. And on the top 25.
Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into two sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
And about 1 1/4 left to the hole. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston has generated a lot of buzz through the years, hasn't it?
It has, and those changes have just made this finishing hole so much better. The fact that they've narrowed up the front of the green, they've made that left side more severe. Now you can't bail out on the left. If you do, it's an awful little pitch or even a putt up the hill.
The addition of that pot bunker, Frank, how has that changed the hole?
Well, if you stray off the tee or find one of those bunkers with your tee shot, you really have to be aware of exactly the distance that little pot bunker is away. Because if you just sort of whack it out of the bunker and lay it up there, if you find the next bunker, then you're in trouble. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Wow, this has turned into a day at the beach, but not much fun. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. They par yesterday, this one for birdie. Almost. Wow.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Has his par. Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
Frank, great golf course and great man behind it.
Oh, it certainly is. Anytime you get a chance to play the King's Golf Course in Arnold Palmer, that is a pleasure. Hosted the Arnold Palmer Invitational for so many years now and always produces a worthy champion.
Arnold Palmer bought it in the 1970s through the years, Frank. It wasn't unusual to see Arnold roaming the grounds, hitting golf balls, playing in that regular game. They call it the shootout. He's still pretty competitive.
No, he is, that's for sure. Yeah, he'll sneak out there, do a little bit of practice beforehand. He does not like to hand over his $20 note.
It's a tough golf course, Frank, with a really exciting finishing stretch.
There's enough water there to tempt the faintest of hearts, that's for sure, and also steal a dozen or so golf balls.
And it's been the scene of some really incredible moments. I think back to Robert Gomez as a rookie holding out with a 7-iron on the final hole to beat Greg Norman.
Yeah, Matt Every won in 2014. Of course, Tiger Woods has literally owned this golf course, winning 8 times. And, of course, the last of which was in 2013.
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So, given that, that was a very good shot.
now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. And now to the 14th hole. That's where we find our featured golfer. Frank, how would you assess this first round performance from our featured golfer?
I'd say commercial, solid, very professional. If this is the worst round they score all week, it's not such a bad round. And this one starting down the right does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Getting set now over the putt.
Sneaking into contention here. That birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
To the right, just a tad. Safely aboard. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
Things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill.
Just smokes it.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Appears to be tracking well. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. And getting ready for the putt. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament. Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short right, and of course the water, if you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. This has to be the most difficult par 3 on the golf course.
It looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly for the par. No problem at all. Good putt and stays at 4 under par. Frank, this is a stout finishing hole, the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, it finishes that great run of 16, 17, and 18, and so many times we've seen disaster and triumph just on those final 3 holes.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his middle.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Did the job right there. There you have it, Frank. First round is complete. What are your thoughts, partner?
Rich, I think anyone inside the current top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly well placed to go on and take this championship.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Close to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th, and Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course.
Frank, this is still a mind-blower to me. Tiger won the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill 4 times in a row from 2000 to 03. You've played the game at the highest level. How hard is that?
It's almost unimaginable to Rich because, Bay Hill changes each and every year when they have the tournament. But there was always also the look of resignation of the other players. There's never really been a golf course that really suits Tiger Woods any better. He hits the ball a long way, he hits it high, greens are firm and fast. It's just built for him. And not only has he won it 4 times in a row, it's 8 total now.
Not too bad, about 25 feet away. This one has a good line.
No, Rich, that was a huge putt. You don't expect to make them from that distance.
Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally a nice little draw off the tee. But the hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left and yet the green goes the other way. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Headed for the bunker? Well, we'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Shouldn't be a problem here. And he makes it for par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Frank, that looked good to me.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
He takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Frank, 440-yard par 4 11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole.
That is just a beautiful shot. Second shot. Good look at the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. I don't know that that approach will make the highlight reel, but he still has a chance if he makes this putt.
Yeah, 21's when you come of age, don't they say? 21 feet away.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just a couple of feet. A good effort, a good par putt. Frank, the par fives here at Bay Hill so important. What's the 12th like?
570 odd yards, tee it high, let it fly.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, what a turn of events here.
You're absolutely right, Rich. This round started off completely on the wrong foot, but he's managed to somehow keep his composure and turn this round completely in the other direction.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just has the feel today.
Two rounds in the books, Frank, and a good spot from which to make a move.
You're well positioned. Really, if you're leading, it's a different pressure. Being in the chaser pack there, playing well, what a great position to go into with 2 rounds to go.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live third-round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich. Really did.
Frank, tricky little third shot here at the par 5 fourth.
Especially if you don't have a full number, because there's just that little mound in the middle of the green. If you get on the wrong side of that, instantly you can be 30, 40 feet away. So check where the flag is. Is it front? Is it back? And then try and land it in that section.
good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
Well, you'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up. Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, nice to have a short iron into a par 4 here at Bay Hill, but still no guarantee that you'll make the birdie or even par.
But a reward for a good one, exactly the way you've described it. This is one hole that's a swing hole. Hit a good shot in here, you're going to have inside 10, 15 feet for a birdie. Make a mistake, then all of a sudden you're scratching your head. How did I make 5? Well, there's a big green, and we're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, this is a big, brawny par 5, and it can be menacing just looking at it from the tee with all of that water.
It's also tempting, reachable for the longer hitters, unless your name's John Daly, who took a whopping 18. So better than that, you're better than John Daly.
I don't see what's wrong with 18. If you break it down, that's 3 pars and an eagle. That's pretty good.
It is, but you're still playing the same hole. Goes after it like he is here.
Just burning rubber right now. This one is taken off like a missile.
Just destroyed it. He's going to try and rip the cover off it.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Safely aboard. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Oh yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7, just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of the screen. Flags above it, and then you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop. This Looks like it's going to find the target.
Birdie try up next. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Bang, right in the back of the cup, Frank.
Unbelievable.
Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th, and Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. How did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Putt for par. He needs one. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. It's a consistent theme here at Bay Hill, if you can carry it 300 yards.
Bay Hill always favors the longer hitter.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday, and he'd do it again today.
Sneaks that in. We're now tied.
And that wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flag stick here, but it looks as though it will find the green. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. That hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Solid par.
Now at the 15th, big dogleg right here. What's the best way to go, Frank?
Really down the left side. It's very tempting to try and hit it across that bunker, but not only do you have to carry the bunker, you've also got to carry those little shrubs down the right side.
And that ball is absolutely scorched. Just hit a seed out there. That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Just 5 feet left. Moves into second place with that birdie.
We've seen guys through the years below the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
It's a cruel game.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
And he's made the green. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good effort, good par putt. Frank, time to bring your best. It's the finishing hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, if you can get through the final 3 holes in even par or better, you've really done well.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
A couple of feet. Hard-fought par right there. Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.